So Jim, tell us why Dr. B said exercise was so important.
Well, exercise is just as important as water, salt, and eating the right foods, because you have a lymph system which is gravity fed, and all the cells in your body need to be, they have to be constantly moving and topped off with all the stuff that they got to have to stay healthy. So if you're not walking, as Dr. B says, the best form of exercise is walking, because he explains in your back you got discs. When these discs become compressed, then that's when you get your sciatic, the pinched nerve, compressed disc, fused vertebrae, and these problems. And when he explains that when you walk, it creates a vacuum and it sucks the water and salt in, and then your disc becomes hydrated, and you actually stand taller, and you don't have these disc problems. Like, I remember the worst one is scoliosis. It's like a walking comma. You can take water, salt, you can stay hydrated, but it's not going to hydrate these discs unless you walk, and it creates a vacuum in the joint to bring it in there. So you're created with feet for a reason, and that's to walk. People aren't walking anymore today. As he says, the best form of exercise into a ripe old age is walking, because it doesn't do any damage. It doesn't require anything special. You just walk at a simple pace, and the movement causes the blood to circulate in this lymph system. That's why if you sit in a chair and your ankles get puffy, or you get up out of a chair for sitting there for a half hour, an hour, your legs are stiff and you have trouble walking, it's because you got a pint of blood that's pulled in each leg, and all of a sudden you're trying to throw this pint of blood in each leg back into the system that it doesn't have all the goodies that it needs because it's been sitting down there. So you got one-way check valves, blood goes down, it doesn't come back up unless you pump it up. So if you're sitting at a table at a computer, you should pump that leg periodically, or get up and walk to a water dispenser to make this stuff flow, to keep it fresh.
And how much exercise did Dr. B recommend? How long should you walk every day?
The very minimum would be a half hour in the morning, a half hour at night. 30-35 minutes is about 2 miles. Ideally, he says it'd be an hour in the morning, an hour at night, because you've got things in your body that overlap, and they'll keep you tuned up so you won't become overweight, and you won't have, as far as I can see, if you follow what he's written in there, if you take your right amount of water and salt for hydration, and take foods rich in amino acids, keep your sugar level where it needs to be, and do your walking, you can't be messed up even if you live in California.
All right, so thanks for covering exercise for us, Jim.